Yeah, so let us get started. Yeah, so in the last session, we talked about web services transformation, right? So let me share my desktop. Yeah, so we talked about web services transformation, so which is going to help us to make a call to third-party portal application, right? So, so that's what we can see here. Yeah. So, for example, we tried like centigrade to Fahrenheit conversion or vice versa, where we can see free web services or free web services. So, what we did was we have just got into that portal URL where we got WSDL file and we supplied that as input in order to avail the methods that are supported by this particular WSDL. Yeah. Like we have seen one Fahrenheit to Celsius conversion and second Celsius to Fahrenheit conversion. The two methods that we have, right, in that WSDL file. Then after that, so we just created a business service definition, which means it's just like a structure. So this structure would in turn contains what two methods, right? That's it. Now the next question: how are we going to make use of this particular business service as part of what web services transformation? That is a usage part. Yeah. So within web services, we take a source, then web service, and refer business service definition, and then configure request, which is what to be supplied as input to this particular method, either centigrade or Fahrenheit or Fahrenheit Celsius. Then get corresponding response from the portal app, which is through URL. Then get it mapped to a target. That's what we did. Yeah. So this way, we could able to get the functionality of what we have from third-party portal application. So this part was discussed. Right now, let us try to log on to this. Yeah, the cloud and see like how are we going to take care of what you call handling hierarchical data. So far, what we discussed was we just talked about linear data, right? Now, a question. Let us say if we have hierarchical data which is expressed based on a file, which is a flat file, or based on what some other form, XML, whatever it. In that case, how are we going to get it converted to relational data, which is a linear data? That's going to be the next question, right? So, so that's where we have got one hierarchy parser transformation. Yeah. So, which is going to help us in order to convert XML to relational. I repeat, this particular hierarchy parser transformation is going to help us to convert XML to relational. Yeah. So that's what we can say as part of this particular hierarchy parser, right? And we got another transformation, which is hierarchical builder, which means we can have, let's say, flat file data or multiple files data, which has got a hierarchical relationship. Yeah. Then can we convert these particular files or relational data to what I call hierarchy? Yeah. So that's where what I call hierarchy builder transformation is going to help us. Which means we are going to build hierarchy by using hierarchy builder. But here, the data which is shown or which is kept as part of XML or hierarchy, can we read the data and get it translated to relational? Yeah. So these are the two things. One, building. Second, retrieving from hierarchical data. These are the two things. So that we all need to understand, right? So now let us try to what you call understand like how to parse hierarchical data. I think we all know that if you have XML data, right, which is kept in what tree form, which means you will have root, you will have child, you will have what you call grandchild, yes sir, and so on. So which means we can have any number of levels, but we need to know like how to get it passed. Yeah. So that's going to be the question mark. Yeah. So to do that, first of all, we can do it with the direct XML. We can also do it through XSD, which is XML definition, yeah, or XML schema definition. Schema definition, right? So which means we can do it this way, or we can also do it through DTD, or we can also do it through WSTL file, which we have already done it. Web service definition language, which means there are multiple ways to pull the data which is kept in hierarchy form. So that's going to be the question mark, right? So the next question is what do we do as part of this exercise? So here, let's say these are the two things. One is a data part, which is kept by using what? Example. And second, structure, which is, let us say, definition, which means we define a structure and we expect data which is in accordance with this particular structure. So which means if the data gets matched with the structure, then you will get the result as what relational. But we have to make sure that data gets matched with what structure. So that's going to be the article major point here. Yeah. So that's it. Like how one can start what I call reading the data from Excel. Now, when it comes to the usage, so we need to first build schema model or hierarchical schema model, you can say. So like yesterday we talked about business services, right? In order to make use of this web services transformation, we have built a component which is business services component. Right? Similarly, in order to read the data from XML, first and foremost thing is what? Make sure that access is ready. Then use hierarchical schema model within components. And based on that, we can create what you call a model which is ready to use. Then we can go to, or we can start building a mapping where you'll have a source. Then for source is going to be XML. So then followed by structure. We need to get it mapped to a structure. Once you do that, if it matches, then you get the result in the target. So that's it. Which means we can convert XML to what do you call relational. So that's it. So now let us try doing that. So we need to make sure that input data is ready. Example, let us say we have got XSD file. Can you see again? This is structure. So what it contains is just like a header, version, whatever. Then there is going to be a root element. And what is that element name? Employee details. And what it contains? Employee. And what does this employee contains? The structure. The structure contains employee ID, employee name. Yes or no? So that's it. So which means you could able to say this is a structure, I can say. Which means structure is a collection of data members or attributes. So this employee contains what? Employee ID name. And also first name, last name. So this is also one more member. So ultimately this complex type is getting ended here. So that's it. This is one thing. And second is what element is also getting ended here. So we started element where? So we can see here, yes, employee. So from here to what here we have closed it. So employee data has come. ID, name. Name in turn contains first name, last name. That's what I can see here. Right? So name is just like a substructure, and substructure contains first name, last name. So totally you can say 3 columns. Employee ID, first name, last name. That's it. Now the next address. So these are just closed tags. Sequence we open closed, complex we open closed, element we open closed. That's it. Now the next one, address. So address contains the multiple attributes. Like we can see here, like address ID, employee ID, line 1, line 2, city, state, zip code. So these are all multiple attributes that we have under address. So address also just like what? A structure, which in turn contain a number of attributes, all that. Yeah. So that's it. So we talked about one is the employee ID, name, address. Yeah. And then now attribute. This could be anything. Yeah. That's it. So ultimately we have got 3 important attributes. One is employee ID, second is name, third is address. That's all. So that's what we have as part of this XSD. Now the question, we need to look at XML data and see whether XML data is in line with this particular structure or not. No? That's going to be the question mark. So let's try to open that data. So this one, right? Yeah. Yeah. Can I see here? First thing we saw employee ID. See, there is a data here. Second, within name, we got first name, last name. See, there is a data. First name is structure element, right? And then last name. You can see urgency. Yeah. It should match exactly, remember. Then we have got address substructure, right? See, address elements like address ID, employee ID, all that. That's it. This is what we need to make sure. In the sense, this data should match exactly the structure. That's it. So which means first we prepare structure, then get it mapped as multiple data. That's all. Yeah. Now let us try to build it. Theoretically, we talked about it. Build structure, which is existing. Then see whether data is in line with the structure or not. Then we need to start getting into the usage of it. In a sense, how to build hierarchical schema model and then get it used as part of mapping. Mapping means that hierarchy parser transformation. So that's let us try doing it. Go to integration. Yeah, this is ready now. Let us try to build a component, right? Like yesterday we have seen this thing, right? Now hierarchical schema. Can you see here? So upload an XML schema, which is XSD, XML schema definition, or XML also, or it could be JSON. One of them. So ultimately, we maintain a structure in XML form or JSON form or XSD form. Yeah, that's all we need to do. Simply the structure. Now click on that. Yes. Hierarchical schema for parse into XML file. Right? So this is the location. So yes. Yeah. Now let's go to that location. So this is the structure, right? XLT file. Yeah. 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 Like whatever we have seen it, right? We can see here also, like the root, employee details. So you can see employee, an ID, name contains first name, last name, right? And then address also seen in the bottom right. Yes. We are just importing and uploading. Say okay. See, topmost element is what in this XML is a root element. Yeah. Yeah. And save it. That's it. Now we have this hierarchy schema definition which is ready. So you can just go back to explore and extract folder. Yeah. Can you see here hierarchy schema definition? Yeah. So number 60, whatever. Yeah. This is US time, right? So that's it. Now let's understand how to use this. Yeah. So let's create a macro. Yeah. Remember that XML file you can do it two ways. One, we can have indirect. Can you see here? So we can specify here. Let us say source. Yeah. So within that we have got this particular XML file. Right? Let's close this. So we can use simple file as a source. In
So,
that
uh,
we pointer to XML file. Yes, please.
yeah, so Narasimha, if there are multiple files, so I can put the paths over here, right, in this file.
I'm sorry. So here, right? Here you can press.
I can place the multiple file paths here, right?
Yes, bottom. This is a header.
Okay.
Then files. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like indirect concept we have, right? In Power Center, same thing. File list.
Yes, yes. We normally do it like from the Unix through the shell script. We create the
Yeah.
file list, place it.
Yes. Yes. So, so we can just create one top level file, which in turn contains n number of data files. But this data file should be in line with the structure, with the XML schema definition. Yeah. That I need to make sure. Yeah. Now, let us look for that file. Sample. Yes. Can you see here? So this is a header, and we got the data file. Yeah. So formatting anyway, it doesn't matter. You don't have any commas, whatever. So complete file path, including file, will be treated as what? String. So we can see that fields here. Yeah. Can you see here? Path, which is a string. Yeah. And what is that origin? Just from this file, HP sample data. That's it. Yeah. I hope it's clear, right? So far, we know and Ali. And
Yeah.
yeah. Fine. So now, next question. We need to use what? Hierarchical parser transformation. Right? Yeah. Take this. So what is the first thing we need to do? We need to get the structure from where? Components. Let's select input settings. So we have already created a hierarchical schema. If it is not created, right, click on you and create. Or else directly refer. So click on select. Go to that location. See, this is the one. That's what we created. It's now right. This is the description I give. And everything is valid. Whatever is configured, right? So I can just select. That's it. Yeah. So you can see this is a file, what I call component. It's a description that we provided. Yeah. Next, input feed. See, on the left side, nothing is there. In the sense, from the source. See, there is no link. Let us see. See, there is no link. Right now, we established. After this, we can map it. See, there's a path here. Get it mapped to input. See, here there is a map field. Yeah, which is a path. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Is it clear so far? So we are getting this is a feed from the source and get it back to input. That's what is expected in definition. Yeah. So this contains XML data file which will have what you call the data which is in line with XSD file. Yeah. That's it. After that, we can go to field mapping. See on the left side, you can see root element, expand it. See, these are all the multiple attributes. Under employee details, you got employee ID, name, first name, last name, right? This is what we have seen as part of structure, right? Whatever is there in XML schema definition, right? All of those elements or attributes can be seen here, right? Now select all. Select map all dissonance. See here, we got all the structure elements. And how do you read each of the structure element? By using what? X path. And you see this is going to be the X path. That I think you guys would have done it as part of Power Center, right? Employee is what? Root element. Within that employee ID. So for example, let's go to structure. Yeah. So we got employee. Can you see here? This is the top element. Then employee ID. Under that we have got employee ID. So employee slash employee ID. This way you could able to see X path. Now first name, employee name first name. Name is a substructure. Inside that we got first name as a attribute. So that's what you can see here. Similarly, last name is an attribute here. Then we got
How
other
about
address
this?
elements. Yes, please.
How about this employee attribute? What is the
Yeah.
significance of that?
Yeah, employee is also one of the attribute that we have seen as part of bottom. Let me show that. Can you see here? This is the one.
Yeah,
This is
right,
employee.
got it.
Yeah. So
Okay,
this is under top element. Yeah. That's what we can see here.
got it.
Yeah. So under top, we got employee attribute. But yes, order wise, so this is the bottom as part of existing. But in here, it is shown in the top because so it is traversing from top to bottom. So root, this is a root. Next is what sub. Next is sub. This sub you can see here. Right? So
Got it.
that's it. That's a question. Yeah? But we don't have any data for this employee attribute. You'll get an empty because you have seen XML data, right? There is no data for employee
Right,
attribute. Yeah.
right, right. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me show. Yeah. If you look at here, see, we have got employer attribute empty. There is no data in it.
Yeah, got
Look
it.
at the bottom or whatever, there is no data in it. So you'll get empty, which is a null. Yeah.
Got it.
Fine. Yeah. Good. So now, I think this is clear, right? It's a schema, hierarchical part. This is what? Relational. It's a linear data. We are trying to convert hierarchical to relational by using what? X path. X path means XML path, which is going to help us to navigate from root element to bottom most. For example, in this case, route to employee ID, route to name first name, route to address elements. That's all. So this is how we can specify X path to pull the data from an XML file. That's the bottom line. Like in like we have in Power Center also we got XML source definition, XML target definition, right? Import. During that time itself we specify X path. This is similar to that. Now let us map it to see here EMP details. Where do I EMP details? Top. This one. Yeah. Under that only we have got the employee ID, name, address. So that's what we can see as part of this Excel station. Fine, right? Okay. Let me place this. So like this. This anyway we have it. Now we can configure target. So if you look at incoming fields, right? So we can see all address elements. One is what? Address related elements, including employer attribute. And there are relational, which means you'll get to see all of them either in relational table or in a flat file. They're all derived from hierarchy parser transformation, which means hierarchy parser is doing what? Converting hierarchical data to linear data. Practically, you can say, right? It's a flat. Flat means linear. We don't have any hierarchy defined here. But before that, there was a hierarchy. So this parser is taken care to convert. See, on the left side, we can see what? Hierarchy representation. On the right side, we can see linear representation. So conversion is doing, who is doing that? Hierarchy parser transformation. It's as simple as that. Clear? Output fields, these are the output fields. Yes, these are the output fields. And these fields only, or these fields data can be seen in the target. Now let's go to target. Let's specify. Yes. That's it. Now let us start this. And So I'll share this file, sorry, these files, right? Like whatever we discussed. So like just provide the mail ID in the chat box so that I'll just share this sample files. Yeah. You can also practice on your local environment. Yeah, in the chat box, you can just type. Okay, we know this. Yeah, just try to refresh this. See, it is successful. So there's only one row, right? An XML file, data file, right? That's what you should see in the target. That's it. If you just click on this, you'll see source there's only one, and one row got read. And now we can see relational data in the target. Yeah. So let's go to target. See hierarchy parser target. This is the data. So like we know that thing was question, right? It's empty. We gave what EMP attributes, right? That's a string.
Right.
You
Yeah.
can look at yes. So same thing we can see it here. Yes, can you see? This is what we have. So same thing we got it in the target. And then others are straightforward in the sense. Yeah. So there is only one. One means employee ID. So which is so target this one. So employee ID, right? This is one, right? Then first name, last name is what Arjun. So Arjun, see here, first name, last name, Arjun. Then address ID, address employee. So whatever is there in this XML, right? You will see that in the tablet. Huh? See address ID, employee ID. We got a two. Same they can see two one. Then followed by address line. These two things are done. Then line one, line two. So line one, line two. This is this one from here to here. So these two things. Then followed by city, which is a Bangalore. Yeah, this is a city. Then state is Karnataka. So whatever data we have, right? Same thing we can see. So finally we have got date also. So this one, this is the date. So if you look at this, what the structure over here, output fields, right? These are the output fields. So here we got a date. See, automatically it is using what date time type. That is why we could able to see result in that format, which is date format. I think date. I think when we talked about expression transformation, we have used it, right? So that's it. Yeah. Date and time. Time, there's no date, and that's it's empty. And that's it. So this is how we could able to what do you call read the data from XML file by using structure and get it parsed by using hierarchy parser transformation, like what we discussed here, right? And then we could able to see the result in the target file. Yeah, that's it. I hope it is clear, right? Like how hierarchy parser would work in this data integration service. Yeah. Clear to everyone?
Yeah.
Good. So that's it, like how this parser works. I'll share this sample files to you guys so that you guys can also practice on the system. Yeah. So that's all for today. I think if you start another transformation, we have only 15 minutes. It will not be sufficient. So yes, tomorrow we'll talk about tomorrow means if you're okay with we can have session tomorrow or else we'll have it on Monday where we are going to talk about hierarchy builder transformation. Opposite in the sense if you have multiple files where data is represented in hierarchical form. Now how to convert that to XML? In the sense data is
Is,
spread across multiple flat files that has to be translated to XML. So that part need to be discussed. And we
so
will
it
do
is
that
same
by
as XML generator in Power
some
Center?
yes,
Is it
no?
similar to XML generator in the Power Center? The XML, the
Exactly.
hierarchy builder.
Exactly. You are right. XML
Okay.
generator. Similar to XML generator. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, but XML generator, it's a bit simple, but this guy can take n number of files as input, where the data has been expressed in multiple levels, which can be converted to what I call XML. So it's you can say it's
Got it.
advanced version of XML generator. You know.
Got it, Nasim. Yeah.
Okay, fine. So so that's all for today. So we'll continue from here on Monday. Is it okay? Yeah.
Sure. Sure, Nasim. Yeah.
Sure. Thanks to all and bye.
Yeah. Thank you, Nasim. Happy
Thank you.
weekend.
Bye bye.